Good morning, crypto traders. Looks like we had a little dip at 3 a.m. again. I think this one was a little bit earlier. It started at about 2:45, 2:30, and it was only down for about an hour and bounced back in 1 hour back to where above where it all started. Okay, so that was interesting. As you can see on the left, this was yesterday's $4,500 drop on Bitcoin and about a $425 drop on ETH. The time right now is 8:40 a.m. Chicago time, USA, in the center of the country. And this chart has been moving sideways for 24 hours. Which is kind of ridiculous. It kind of reminds me, when you go back to right before this fall, to this period right here, from 9 a.m. to almost 9 p.m., 8:15, then it dropped. Okay, so that was another very long sideways consolidation before a drop. Okay, and then they pumped it up a little before they dumped it. Same thing over on Bitcoin. This was a very long consolidation. Let's get the time frames together. Okay. Exactly the same. Sideways, a drop, sideways, pump before the dump. Okay, after a long fall like this, 45,200, 40,700. You know, that's a huge drop. And then it bounced, okay? It went up $2,000. So, it gave back half of the losses, but then it got stuck. Kind of like here, it got stuck. It went up this time and got stuck. So it dropped. Okay? Volume fell off tremendously right in this area. Very low volume. Okay. I'm seeing the same thing here. A long consolidation with a drop about halfway through it. Now this one recovered, but we're still stuck in a range. A very tight range. I can't day trade this. 28.86 to 29.63. That's only 13, it's less than $100 between the Bollinger Bands, which, by the way, are pinching very tight right here. Tighter than at almost any other time on this chart. They were pretty tight right here, too. And look what happened. Now, Bollinger Band pinch means sideways too long. There's no volatility. So the Bollinger Bands pinch together. During moments of high volatility, when there's a big drop, look how wide the upper is from the lower. Okay, then they pinch right here, and that yielded up. They pinched right here. That yielded up. They pinched right here. That yielded down. What is this pinch going to do? Well, pinching Bollinger Bands say a big move is coming, but it never says which way. The volume will decide that. Is it going to be all big green or big red? And volume kind of falling off right now on both of them. So my observations over 20 years have stated that after a big fall, okay, now not like this one which recovered, okay, very quickly and went way above where it broke down from. Okay, this was the breakdown point right here when it broke below support. Boom. But then in 15 minutes, okay, 30, 45, it was in 45 minutes, it was way above the breakout. So that's unusual. If Ethereum and Bitcoin had done that, had V-bottomed, okay, a double bottom and then lift off and then gone straight back up, we wouldn't be in this position. But, so, a long consolidation leads to down, especially when volume diminishes right here. It goes way down. Look at that little tiny green candle right there. I'm going to move off to the left one. That was tiny volume just before the fall. So if volume falls off to nothing here, because there's no buyers, and the shorts, I believe what they're doing, and I've seen this before, right before the $10,000 flash crash. They had it was a weekend, Memorial Day weekend in the U.S., and they had Ethereum going flat for 4 days, almost 4 full days before that crash. And what I think they do is they stealthily load up on a short position, and then they put in a big market order and crash it, start it, and then the stops start cascading effect. They pick up one after the other. They wipe out one leverage trader after another. Okay, so everything I've ever seen on a chart when it consolidates after a big downtrend in a flat type motion, that usually leads to more down. Okay, let's look at a longer term chart. See if we can spot that again here. Not really. I don't see anything flat here. Let me back out a little. Not a whole lot of flat. Okay. This is unusual too. I've never seen so much flat action in my life, and it's been going on for days, weeks, almost a full month. I've seen a lot of flat in the month of September. Too much flat. Okay, let's take a look at, right now the trend is pretty flat. Everything's flat. The 7, the 20 moving averages are both flat. So on the 4-hour chart, the 20 moving average is flat to slightly down, and the 7 moving average is clearly down. And the 7, okay, the yellow is below the gray. Same thing here. Yellow, 7 moving average below the gray. 20 moving average. And the chart pattern is kind of a double top, where it goes up and then down and then up. And if it breaks below support right in here, especially that low, that close, we're going much lower. Probably looks like a full line from here. And you know, my target is 38,000, 37,500 to 38,000 on Bitcoin. I've got some buy orders there. I've got buy orders at 2,500 on ETH, 2475 to 2,500. Not sure it'll get there, but if they do drop it that far, I think it'll be it, because on the daily chart, the low. Okay, let's get back on the daily here, and then we're gonna. Okay, the low. What I'm talking. Okay, we got to zoom into right there. Okay, so the low I'm talking about on Bitcoin is the lower wicks here at 37.5 to 38,000. The close on this day was 38,191. So it's somewhere between 37.5 and 38,000. It might be a really good, if we do one more leg down, if we close below here, we'll surely go test this area. So we cannot close below that day. And on ETH, it's right here, that level of support, right at 2,500. Okay. The close on this day, 2508. So we're still hovering. These readings haven't moved all day. Down about 120. This one moved up 4 points from minus 111. And it's a buy signal when it goes above minus 100, both of them. Just like it was right here, and it went up 2 days. Big. Now, the bullish scenario is in the next day or two to close above this close at 31.54, and on Bitcoin the close was 44,897. Okay, so if it gets about above 45,000, we could see a nice rally. And then here above 31, the high 3170 or so. What's the high of that candle? Okay, the very upper high was 3182.34. So that's the price to beat. And then we can go ahead and make a charge at the, we're going to have to get through the zero line first. So that could be resistance. Okay, like right here, where it goes up and then I don't really see a resistance there. Pop up and then back down. Anyway, if we can get the buy signal, we'll worry about zero on the way up if it continues up. Okay, the worst case scenario is today's close is really important. Okay, if it's green, that's going to be a sign we might be taking off. And it could form a nice little hammer. If it just closed slightly green, just above the high of day here, that would be kind of a hammer. Same thing here, a very small one, but nonetheless, they are reversal candlesticks, change a trend from down to up. So we're looking for a green close, but if we have a red close at the low of day, that's going to look real bad. Okay, that's going to fill in this area with red and probably call for another down day. And seeing as how it's Saturday, we have 2 days of possibly light volume, which light volume can oftentimes mean down. So let's take a look at the week. It is Saturday, so we have one more candlestick, or one more day before we get a new candlestick at 7 p.m. Chicago time, USA, 8 p.m. New York City time. We get a new candlestick on the weekly chart, and right now Bitcoin is down 9.77% and ETH is down 12.33% on the week with a pretty big volume. Okay, this is the biggest volume week in a while. Okay, it's also going to be big here with another day to go, day and a half to go. It looks like volume will be big, the biggest since June. The biggest red volume. It could exceed this day too. So it could be the highest volume week since June. Same thing here, except it goes back to pretty much the same area, June. Okay. But this is pretty high volume here. I'm not sure we're going to beat that. But if it does, that's really kind of bad. That means a lot of selling. And if this red gets bigger, I would expect the price to be lower also. So 3 weeks down for ETH. 1 week down, 1 week green, another down week here. They look very similar though. Okay, the 7 moving average is curving. It's at a top. It looks like it's going to curve down. Same thing here. And it looks like Bitcoin's 20 moving average, which is the dotted white line, is going down here. On ETH, it's still up. So another weak week. So today's candlestick is going to be very important. Are we going to close it green? Could it close way up here? Yeah, sure, but it's a weekend. The American institutional traders they don't work on weekends. Okay, so that's about it, really. Got to break out here. Break out a high here. First, you got to take out this high. Right now, a little bit of an uptick on the CCI. Getting above zero would be bullish again, but it didn't work that time. Did it go up? Yeah. When it crossed above zero? Yeah, it went up for 1 hour. Again, sideways and after a big drop. 7 moving average is under the 20. 7 under the 20, not good. It looks like a double top on the 20 moving average. Excuse me. Break below the midpoint, which it's about to do. That could call for more down. Again, the 7 moving average did a double top and is below the 20. Yellow below gray. All right. So that's about it. It was nice to see. This was pretty much a flash crash on this time frame. And it was really good to see that recovery. We have never seen a recovery like that after a flash crash, except for, you know, bouncing 50% after a $450 drop is not unusual. Sometimes they go up 67%. Sometimes they go all the way back to where it started, 100%. So that was a pretty lame bounce, really. But, you know, after a $4,500 drop on Bitcoin, going up 2,000 was welcome for the longs. Okay, but I'll warn you again, this sideways, way too long. With diminishing volume adds up to another big down move, in my opinion. Unless huge buying program gets put in this weekend, which I find kind of unlikely, but you never know about these coins that are open 24/7. Anybody from anywhere in the world, any group or any whale, group of whales, group of institutions, country against country, you know, it's a war out there, folks. The shorts against the longs. Bull versus bear, nothing ever changes. This is slightly different than the stock market, but once they get more institutional holders, then it'll be just like the stock market. Right now, they do have the power to move up and down at will, but as more institutions join the party and get large positions, that'll be much harder to do in the future. Okay, I'm going to end this video and start a new one because my computer crashed. I was recording a really good video of this in real time, and my computer crashed. I was like 2 hours into the recording, and when you crash a blue screen of death on a computer with 4 monitors and 4 video cards and mining away with all kinds of charts and stuff up, you lose the video if you don't save it like I'm about to do. So 20 minutes is good enough for this. I'm going to go ahead and end this one now, and we're going to watch this time frame to see what happens throughout the day. I'm wondering how long they'll move this sideways. It's almost hilarious. You know, I can't day trade. I play the Lower Bollinger Band at the upper, and the lower at 28.75, and the upper, up at 29.53. That's only a $75 move in 3 hours or something. I look for the $200 moves up in an hour, and they happen all the time. Here's one: a low of 2,800, a high of 29,450, $150 from which one? 20. Hang on. No, I was at 28. Okay, where I would have been buying. 28, 25. Yeah. So that's the kind of move I look for. 15 minutes, green, 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 green. Okay, that looked really good. Too bad it didn't continue for another hour. We'd be back up where it started, where the breakdown happened. So I don't like it to go down. I'm a miner. I like high prices because then my mining pays more. I never short. I never use margin or leverage of any kind. That's people are getting wiped out. Their whole account's wiped out. Leverage trading is it's only good for the exchanges that offer it. They're the only one really making consistent money on that. It's kind of like gambling at the casino. There wouldn't be casinos if they didn't make more money than they lost. And that means the average player that goes in ends up losing. So, just a thought. All right, have a great day. It's Saturday. Get out there. It's a beautiful day in America. The temperature is nice, and I got things to do out there. But I will start another video and track the movements of the day. So, all right. Have a great day. Keep safe out there. Have some fun too, but be careful. See you later. Bye-bye.